Hi, it's Chris Heller, Chief Real Estate Officer at Ojo Labs.
And Jeremiah Taylor, Vice President of Real Estate and Mortgage here at Ojo. Today, what we want to talk to you about is something that we're hearing a lot of feedback from consumers, from our concierge team, and from agents, which is we're hearing that with what's happening in the economic world, as well as in the real world, aka the calendar, we have more consumers than we've seen in the past thinking about putting their search on hold for some period of time. And it could be because of interest rates, because of the economy, or maybe just because it's the fourth quarter and they want to wait till the new year. And so, Chris, I'd love to tap into your expertise on, as an agent, how have you thrived in markets like this? And how do you help your consumers thrive and get what they want in markets like this?
I think first and foremost, we have to be the local experts, which means we have to be studying what's going on. Just like if you went to a doctor, you would want that doctor to be knowledgeable, to be confident, and be decisive in how they were counseling or advising you. Guess what? Our consumers want the same thing. We need to be that. And we need to have that mindset, and we need to know our stuff. So most agents, when a consumer says, and whether it's a buyer or seller, a seller says, I think we're just going to wait and see if things get better. Or buyer says, I'm going to wait and see if interest rates come down or prices come down or this, that. Most agents, the average agents say, okay, well, when you're ready, please give me a call. Or, okay, is it okay if I check back sometime? And when that happens, it drives me crazy because there are consumers there that are going to buy or sell. They're just not going to do it with the agent that let them go. They're going to do it with the agent that takes the time to say, well, tell me more about that. Why do you think waiting is in your best interest? Finding out, how long are you in a lease for? What's the rent you're paying now? Boy, what would the payments look like if you did buy something today? I had a conversation with a friend who's relocating, and I said, gosh, with the timing of the market, are you going to wait to buy something? He said, you know what? I thought about it, but if rates go up anymore over the next 10 years, it's going to cost me a lot more than if prices come down. And if prices come down over the next year and I'm going to be there 10 years, who cares? I'm confident 10 years from now, the market will be up from where it is today. That is the attitude, and that is the approach that we should be counseling people on. I think another thing is that when someone says, hey, I'm going to wait or I'm going to put it on hold, we need to get to what their motivation is, right? People do things because of the motivation that's driving them to do it. We have to understand what their motivation is and then keep going back to that motivation. But in order to really help them, the key is asking questions and asking deeper questions to get to what the real issues are. Oftentimes, it's a fear or a concern. And then when we know what that fear or concern is, we can address it in a way that helps them move beyond it.
Yeah, I think, Chris, the thing that I noticed that the best agents do is they help create certainty for their customers, especially in uncertain times, right? And as an agent, in order to be able to create certainty for a customer, it has to start with having certainty yourself, right? And so what are some tips? Let's just be honest here. This is a very different market than we've been in. If somebody's not been licensed in, more than 12 years, they've only seen the market go one direction, and there's a new set of skills they need to learn. And the most important skill they have to learn is how to master their mindset, how to win the mental game before they even start to play the physical game. So what tips can you give agents on that?
One of the things I've always done, I've always just told people the truth, right? I don't try to convince them something other than what they're seeing, reading, feeling, or understanding, right? I don't say, oh no, the market's going to do this when the market's going to do that. That creates uncertainty. And also creates a level of distrust. So if someone says, hey, we think the prices are going to go down, you know what? I do too. But how much do you think they're going to go down? Well, I don't know, 5 or 10%. All right, well, let me ask you a question. That could happen. Two questions actually I have for you. Number one, how long are you going to be in this next home? Your guess. And oftentimes they're going to say 5, 7, 10 years. I'm going to say, okay, if you're there for 10 years, what happens in year 2 and 3? Is that really going to make a difference? The real question is, do we believe 10 years from now, you'll be better off owning this home than not owning this home? And just helping them think through it at that level. Or if they say, hey, we think prices are going to go down 5 or 10%, gosh, If we could find a home you love right now and get it for 10% less than it's going for, then they're asking for it, and you could get ahead of the market, boy, you'd accomplish two things. You'd be getting a great buy, and you'd be getting a home you love now instead of being in the same situation you're in. These conversations, though, and the way we approach them are the things that do what Jeremiah just said, which is create certainty. When you ask the questions and get below the surface concerns or the surface fears they have, that clears things up for them, allows them to say, you know what, maybe you're right. Let's look at that, or let's think about that. It gives you something to continue a dialogue with, to keep going to the point to where they're either going to say, you know what, doesn't matter what's going on, we can't do something now, or they're going to say, you know what, you're right. Let's see what we can do. See if you can find us a great place. Those are the type of things that great agents are doing. And the agents that haven't been in this type of market, that learn how to do this and learn how to do this quickly, are the ones that will continue to transact when the others are going, no one wants to do anything. I don't know what to do. Maybe I need to get another job. That's not what our great agents are doing.
And I think, Chris, one of the things that I've always heard you say that I love is the best agents and the most successful people run at trouble. And I think when you look at the things happening in this market, we have agents that, maybe they have a listing that has been sitting on the market, or maybe they have a buyer that isn't sure what to do. And what I hear you saying is just go straight for the heart of the conversation. Don't sidestep or go around the hard part of it. Let's just address the real problem, or the real perceived challenge rather. And that's where agents are going to create that certainty, create that trust, and help people move forward.
Yeah. And in doing all that, you're building a much stronger relationship with that consumer. So whether they do something now or ultimately don't, you'll be the one, if you have these type of conversations and ask the questions and become a real consultant, a real advisor to them that they can trust. You're the one that they're going to call when they are ready, if they don't do something now. These are the type of messages that we want to deliver to you guys. We want them to be to the point, things that you can put into practice. Several of you, in fact, quite a few of you have let us know, hey, we want you to talk more about this, talk more about that. Keep sending us those messages. Let us know the topics that would help you most, and we will talk about them and deliver them back in these videos. All right. Thanks for listening, Jeremiah. Thank you. We'll see everyone next time.